Welcome back to EPS Feeding. Tonight, we're diving into Match Me Abroad Season 2, Episode 9, titled Fanning the Flames. This episode brought drama, romance, tough choices, and a few unexpected twists across Singapore, Dublin, and Brazil. Let's break it down. Harold and Amber. The episode kicked off with Harold stressing over a kiss. What was meant to be a sweet moment suddenly became a cultural worry. His matchmaker Dolly had warned him not to rush intimacy, but Amber didn't see the kiss as a problem. She was open to moving forward and even talked about intimacy on dates. But Harold, always overthinking, ended up confused when Dolly told him Amber actually wanted him to slow down. Mixed signals much? Match Me Abroad recap August 17th, 25, Season 2 Episode 9, Fanning the Flames. Tonight on TLC, their popular reality show Match Me Abroad airs with an all-new Sunday, August 17th, 2025 episode, and we have your Match Me Abroad recap below for you. On tonight's Match Me Abroad Season 2 Episode 9 called Fanning the Flames, as per the TLC synopsis. Harold debates a proposal. Sarah's next date is more than meets the eye. Bruno cooks Monica a romantic dinner. Amber and Victoria meet up to share triumphs and doubts about their matches. Amber anxiously prepares for her romantic getaway with Kia Van. So make sure to tune in tonight between 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Time for our Match Me Abroad recap. While you wait for our recap, make sure to check out all our television spoilers, news, recaps, and more here. Tonight's Match Me Abroad recap begins now. Refresh page often to get the most current updates. Harold was worried for a moment. Amber went in to kiss his cheek. He turned it into a kiss on the lips, and he had been worried that he offended her. He had been warned by his matchmaker not to rush into intimacy. It wasn't part of their culture in Singapore. The fact Amber was willing to kiss his cheek showed that she knew their relationship was on a time crunch. She wanted to push boundaries, but Harold was worried he pushed past those boundaries too fast with a kiss on the lips. Only there was no need to be worried. Amber thankfully wasn't as closed off about intimacy as Dolly said. Amber didn't mind the kiss, nor did she view it as a red flag. The two of them talked later. They even discussed sex. Amber said most people in her culture view it as merely for procreation and after marriage. Amber was different. She views it as after 5 or 6 dates. She also doesn't mind public places. There was talk of a porta potty that came up, and while Harold thought that might be messy, he would still agree to it. Daisy got that pairing just right. She didn't do that with Sarah's second date. Sarah's second date was the one from hell. He was a former porn star with a sex addiction. Sarah knew that Dolly was teaching her lesson with that date. She was much better off on her third date with new guy, EJ. EJ was half Portuguese and half Malaysian. He was handsome. He was successful. He owns his own gym. He brought Sarah to it for their date. He wanted to play around with her, help her box, and she wasn't interested because she was a perfectionist. She was scared that she looked like a fool flailing around and trying to get a hit in when she's such a girly girl. Sarah was considering finding a new matchmaker. She likes Dolly. She just doesn't want to listen to Dolly. Dolly tried to warn her that the men she were interested in were going to see Sarah as a sugar baby. She, with the extensions of long blonde hair, perfect veneers, and cosmetic surgery, wasn't what they typically view as wife material. Dolly tried to tell her to go a little more natural. Just tone everything down. Sarah didn't want that advice. She came to Singapore after falling in love with the country thanks to a rom-com. She's now looking for a movie character that doesn't exist. Over in Dublin, Katarina's 2 clients got to know each other. American Amber and Victoria hit it off. They loved driving around Dublin. They got drinks and started talking about guys. Victoria got matching tattoos with her Irish match. Amber was left confused by 2 dates. She liked Kia Van. There were some things lacking, and all the things lacking in him she found in Glenn. Glenn hit all the boxes. She likes him. She even met his family. They all got along. It left Amber upset with Kia Van because he didn't feel like he wanted to try. Kia Van was sporadic with his texts. He knew she was in the country for a short time. He did nothing to prioritize her, and suddenly he wants an overnight trip together? They weren't ready for that. Amber met Victoria's Darren. She saw instantly how well they clicked. The matchmaker said Irishmen take things slow. Well, not Darren. He got matching tattoos on their second date. He met a new friend of hers on the third. They talk every day. Darren offers Victoria a sense of stability, and that's what Amber's looking for as well. Down in Brazil, Monica was in a similar mess as Amber. Monica has this great guy in Bruno. He offers her everything that Bernardo doesn't, and still she couldn't quite let go of Bernardo. She's kissed both. They were great kisses. Bernardo wants kids, and Monica was done. She has an adult child. She doesn't want any more kids, much less start all over again, but Bruno is fine without kids. They also have a similar sense of humor. He makes Monica laugh. They went rollerblading and dancing. He was a great guy. And anyone with sight can see that he's the better match for her. Poor Harold was back to being worried as well as a new one. He's now confused too. Amber keeps giving him mixed signals. She said everything was fine earlier, and then he speaks to their matchmaker. He has to hear it from Dolly that Amber wants him to slow down. With the kiss on the lips and the sex talk. A conversation she happily took part in by the one. Harold tends to go from thinking what a great date to why didn't this woman tell me if she had questions or wanted me to shut up. Dating her was like playing the kids game, telephone. Singapore was heating because Sarah did a 180 with EJ. She stopped focusing on the movie character. She instead got to know EJ. They were a lot alike. They both built businesses from nothing. They're close with their family. EJ was also capable of commitment. He was married for 13 years. He fell in love at first sight, and what he wanted wasn't what he needed. Sarah understood because she's been in that same situation. She went through such a bad breakup that she visited her father's grave and looked up at the stars. It gave a sense of peace. EJ was one of them that underestimated Sarah based purely on looks. Then they got talking. She was so much more than she appeared. She was warm. She wanted a happy family life. She wanted to support each other through good and bad. She was wife material. Was she perfect for EJ? Time will tell. Amber was also warned by her matchmaker that Glenn might have been love-bombing her, but that Kevin offers more, and so Amber was going on the overnight date. And she really doesn't want to. Thanks for watching this video. Please hit the subscribe button for more update news.